Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lorraine Taylor and this is Do Brand You. I'm really excited that you're here. Thanks for showing up. And the Do Brand You channel, if you're new, is all about you. It's about you unleashing your potential in every season of life. I'm here to support you to do that. Now today is a Friday chat video where I go behind the scenes to share with you things that I'm working on in my own life, strategies that I find that work for me, that I want to pass on to you, or inspiration, or whatever I'm what's happening with me at the moment. So let me just do a little bit of a quick recap. So this is the third part of a three-part series where I'm sharing with you these 3 C's that I grab sometime when I'm stuck, or I just want to feel like, I just want to kind of live at a more higher level. I want to unleash more of my potential. And I always find that these 3 C's, if I incorporate these 3 things into my life, they really do help. So the first one is compassion, and I talked about that 2 weeks ago. I actually talked about kindness because I'm in Thailand. And Thailand is the land of smiles. You can check that out. But kindness is compassion. It's just that compassion is a deeper level of kindness. So we have compassion, and then we have creativity, which I talked about last week, and we looked at how that being creative can really help you to unleash the potential that you have if we incorporate that into your life. And today I want to talk about the third one, which is consciousness. Now, consciousness is a term that it depends on, your connection with the term consciousness. It's become quite a buzzword. It's often something that can seem a little bit abstract, or something that belongs into the idea of astrology or vibrations. But let's break it down. Consciousness is actually a very practical concept, and that it's something that we experience every day. And consciousness is really just about how you show up. It's about how aware are you of your life and how present are you. And I know that if I can become if I am more conscious of what I'm doing, if I am aware of how I'm showing up in each part of my life, whether I'm working on my own, or whether I'm coaching, or whether I'm enjoying some free time, whatever that is, it helps me to raise my level of how I am and how I can unleash my potential. So at its core, as I said, consciousness is about being aware. It's about how you show up in the world. When you're conscious, you're more in tune to your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. And you start to notice different patterns, whether it's in your work, or in your relationships, or in your personal habits, how those things affect your life. It's about being mindful, in a sense, of being mindful of where the energy that you have and where you're choosing to allow that energy to go. Being conscious can be, am I allowing my energy to allow me to worry more, or am I to be angry at something? That can lower our energy level, our vibration level. But if we are conscious about choosing to be mindful in a very positive way, that helps us to raise our vibration. And this is what being present is all about. And I'm sure you've heard this before. I always find, like just being reminded of things really helps me. Like I said, I first made the video about kindness, and it was after I made the first one, I'm like, I'm just going to share this 3 C's, because I grab these 3 C's a lot. And again, the third one is consciousness. So you can think about consciousness as about, imagine that you're driving a car. And when you're conscious and paying attention, like you're on a new road and you really and you need to navigate to a new destination, you're paying a lot more attention. You're not distracted. You're looking at the signs. You're checking things out. But if you're on your normal commute to a place, maybe it's work or to the gym or to the supermarket or wherever you go, and you keep driving, you actually don't notice. You know, you can go back and forth and not notice. Somebody can say, hey, did you notice, the new house that's being built? And you're like, I didn't even notice that, because you're on this autopilot. And consciousness is the same. So consciousness, to be conscious, is to say, hey, when I get in the car, I'm going to grab the wheel and I'm going to be choosing how I want to show up in the world. So I want to share with you next some reasons that why living where you are conscious, that it helps you to unleash your potential. And the truth is, the more conscious we are, the better we are equipped to navigate the challenges and to align ourselves with our authentic self. So one of the first things that living in a state of consciousness is to increase our self-awareness. Consciousness helps you to become more aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. And when you know why you feel a certain way, you can make better decisions and you can respond better. If you're more in tune with who you are and your emotions that are connected with it, and you're more in tune with your surroundings and being present, it actually can help you to react more authentically, and to react in a way that's going to help you to live your best life. Research tells us, number 2, that by being more conscious, we will reduce any stress or anxiety. Now, there's stress and anxiety all the time. I get stressed out when I've got too much to do, and I can't seem to get it done. Time constraints kind of can really stress me out, or just even kind of like tapping into the news. I am going to talk about that in a week or two, about all of that, that tapping into the news and how I mean, it's good to stay in touch, but at the same time, it can stress you out. So when you stop, when you just get to that idea of grabbing that wheel and making those choices and being conscious and in the moment. Number 3 is that it improves your decision making. When you're more conscious, you can make better decisions with more clarity and intention. And, I have to sometimes when I'm working on a project, there'll be a lot of decisions to make, like I could do it this way, I could do it this way, I could do it this way, I could do this. And all of these decisions, like, what should I do? But when I'm being more conscious, I'm being more aware, and I can make those decisions then with more clarity and intention. And finally, being more conscious is known to increase our happiness and in life. And again, just being more happy, just being in a more joyful state raises our vibration. It raises up who we can be and unleashes the potential that is inside of us so that we can live our best life. So how can you, because this is Do Brand New channel, so what can you do? How can you practice consciousness in your life? So one of the things is to actually take a pause before you react to something. So one of the things that I do is to be more conscious. Instead of just reacting to something out of frustration or whatever, pause. And don't react when things are, and don't worry about if you have to put something off for a week, a day or two, or even a week. Just pause before you choose to react. The next one is practice being mindful. I'm not the best I'm not the best person when it comes to meditating for a long period of time. I find that difficult, but I can be mindful. I can be in a state of being more conscious. And whether that's just eating your lunch or walking or doing some work around the house, just being more present is going to really help you be more mindful. And another thing that you can do is to set clear intentions by setting an intention of how you want to show up. And when I do my morning set, like I have a little things that I do every morning, I ask myself, how do I want to show up today? How do I want to show up? How do I want to intentionally be in the moment today? And by creating that habit in the morning, it's just changed the way that I work and live and what I do. And also, and this is something I've really worked on lately, and that is to try to put in a reflection of your day. I try to really wrap up the day. I try to wrap up my work day by doing something, because I'm really good at starting the day with some time to be aware and to be conscious, but really try to wrap that up. And sometimes I think, oh, I don't have time, I won't do it. Stop your work day maybe 10 minutes early. Or spend some time at the end of the day, even as you're just lying in bed and you're just taking some deep breaths, and you're just be more aware of what your day was like. So you really start the day with the intention, and you finish the day with the reflection. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Again, being present, being mindful is something that we always hear, and I really wanted to put that in the context of being conscious, to be in a state of consciousness, to show up, to grab that the wheel as you drive, and to intentionally be present, to notice things, to actively participate in your life. And again, going back through these last 3 videos, these are 3 C's I grab when I feel like I'm stuck or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on compassion, I'm going to focus on creativity, I'm going to focus on consciousness. And those kind of 3, it's like a triangle, taking 3 things from different angles, putting them together, and I really find that these really, really help for me. So I hope that some of that has resonated with you. Do make a comment below if you feel comfortable doing that. Send me an email. I have it in the show notes below. Also, do connect with me on the Do Connect newsletter. I send that out about once, sometimes twice a month, and always with some thoughts about how you can unleash your potential in the life that you're living, and also some things for any events that I have coming up. A lot of them are connected with the Do community. Any coaching or any workshops, so that I can give you special discounts too. I like to do that as well. So enjoy your week ahead. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Like, subscribe, share, help us out on YouTube. It's always appreciated. And choose to be conscious, and to be present intentionally. Have a great week.